Welcome everyone to a cloudy Imola. It's time for the qualifying session at one of the most atmospheric tracks on the calendar. We're back where the BMW M2CS Racing Cup all started, and a lot has changed since then. The coverage has improved, the drivers are even quicker, the teams know their cars much better, and what is the biggest step forward, Darkline Racing Team and Alex Griffin started racing just a year ago, and today they're fighting for the title against much more experienced opponents. Drivers are leaving the pit lane now, not wasting any valuable time in this grid-setting session. 3 weeks ago we were racing at Monza, and we stay in Italy for the final round before the summer break here at Imola. Who will be the fastest today and start both races from the front? We're just about to find out. Season 1 champion Jacob Ruud on our screens now as he finds himself at the exit of Ravazza and is now going flat out down the main straight towards the timing line. He's the first driver to cross the line, and that's a solid lap time. And now Hennessy crosses the line, just over 1500ths off the pace. Alex Griffin, the championship leader, begins his push lap now. Last time out here at Imola, he was a rookie and impressed everyone with awesome results. 4th place in qualifying, 4th in race 1, and his first ever podium in 2nd race. He has openly admitted that this is his absolute favourite track on the calendar, so how will he do this time? A big slide there through the Tamburello chicane. The setup changes made by the Darkline Racing Team after free practice have mitigated, but certainly not eliminated, the handling issues they've been fighting all session long. The rear slides again into Villeneuve, and Griffin catches the gravel at the exit. And he aborts his lap.
Crazy how unstable this car is. We've worked on it the whole of practice and it's still sliding everywhere.
Griffin let out all his frustration over the radio there. And now Steve Strymer crosses the line and sets the fastest time of the session. The top 4 are currently separated by exactly 1/10 of a second. 12 minutes on the clock. Griffin still without a lap time, and he begins another push lap. Will it be any better this time? He's still on the same set of tyres, so they're definitely far from ideal after those slides and that trip into the gravel. A minor snap of the rear as he clips the curb, but he catches it well with minimal time lost. Heading towards Villeneuve now. Into the braking zone now, and the huge slide! He almost lost the car completely!
Either we change something or I'm gonna crash out.
Confirm. Box this lap.
Copy.
Griffin clearly not happy, pushing the team to bring him back to the garage for a quick setup change. And time is rapidly running out for the championship leader. Just over 7.5 minutes left on the clock. Griffin is stuck in the garage while Ruud completes another lap, but he doesn't improve, falling slower by 18 thousandths of a second compared to his best. After just over 3 minutes in the garage, Griffin leaves the pit lane. He'll have about 5 minutes remaining to set a lap time once he completes his outlap. Blue flags for Griffin, with the car on a flying lap behind him, and he pulls to the inside on the straight to let Walsh through. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock as Griffin begins his push lap. Will the setup correction help him, or will he still be sliding through every corner around this iconic circuit? It seems like that setup change is working for Griffin, keeping it much tighter this time as he pushes to the absolute maximum. He's heading towards the Villeneuve chicane now. And this time he nails it! Everything goes perfectly, and he is absolutely flying through that part of the track. Into the most tricky section now as Griffin enters Acqua Minerale. And it's absolutely no challenge for the championship leader. He is absolutely flying right now. Griffin completes the second sector and he's 1/10 quicker than Owega overall so far. Despite Griffin flying through Sector 2, Owega was actually faster in that specific split, so it all comes down to this final section. And look at the timing screens. The gap from P1 all the way down to P29 is just 0.6 of a second, with several drivers setting identical lap times. Onto the main straight now and full throttle towards the line to complete the lap. Across the line, and he's almost 0.8 quicker than Owega. That is absolutely insane. He was faster in the final sector by over 0.7. Owega, who set the second fastest lap, is now closer to P30 than to the fastest car on track. Absolutely shocking performance. 45 seconds on the clock. Griffin returned to garage after that spectacular lap, and now rest of the grid fights for best starting position. A pack of 5 cars comes out of Rivazza now and onto the pit straight, pushing flat out towards the line. The front of the pack crosses the line and none of them improves. Henkerfeld doesn't improve either. The wind has changed and picked up, and that might just be the reason why. Jacob Ruud and 2 others are into Rivazza now, with less than 10 seconds left on the clock. They won't make it to start another lap, so if they want a better starting position, it has to be right now. 2 cars ahead of that small group cross the line and don't improve. And neither do Tan and Ruud. And now we move to the 3 final cars on track, but they're not improving after 2 sectors. Zabensky, then Owega and Strymer head towards second Rivazza and will push flat out down the main straight. Zabinski across the line and he doesn't improve. Neither do Owega and Strymer. And this means that Griffin secures pole position despite his problems earlier this session. And he absolutely demolishes the grid. Tomorrow's races are going to be incredible.